Hmm. The monitor setting wrong? It is. I was wondering why it wasn't working. It's because I had it set up. Okay. Let's see if I can get all pieces and parts working. Running a little late. Let's copy that. Check this. Sign into a thing. Beep boop. Setup. I really like that notification sound. Wonder if that's something I can edit. Super interesting news in the news. It is the weekend, so often there's less news. Mm, Europa's one of Jupiter's moons. The outside is ice, and we suspect there might be water in the middle. even know if this is true. Cancer cells mutate so fast that new two cells have the same genetic makeup. I don't know if that's true. So no two cancers are the same, but I don't know that it would be fair to say that no two cancer cells have the same. I don't know that there was anything actionable in that article. And that's one of the things that I look for in a news article, right? News articles should, at a minimum, be informative. Preferably, they should be actionable. Right? Especially if you're aiming them at the general public. This is not a research journal aimed at, you know, we're distributing the results of experiments and research papers. Right? Those can be actionable just by being informative, because it can give other researchers ideas or let them know things to do or things to avoid in their own experiments. This sort of article, right? It's just a general warning to stop screwing up the atmosphere, please. Right? That is actionable by pretty much all of us. How many of us will? Hard to say. This shark lives 400 years. Its DNA may explain why. Right? But that's not. Right, again, this one's probably not actionable. Research may find it interesting. It may even be interesting to a typical reader. Right, but it does not inform them in a way or about a topic that's useful. I guess there's some meaning in articles that are just fun. Right. It's being informed about a wide variety of topics will let you learn new things more easily. So in this sense, an article about shark DNA, may be useful. You may learn something about DNA in general, things that you can do to avoid damaging your DNA. I mean, I guess if we were applying the it has to be useful topic, then we would lose a lot of the articles about I don't know, like a lot of the astronomy and cosmology articles. And I sometimes enjoy those. I mean, I guess a lot of those are really just, look at this pretty picture the telescope took. And doesn't actually, doesn't actually tell you that much about the study or why the telescopes took those pictures. And these ones are just sensationalist. Asteroids speeding towards Earth. Yes, but there are always asteroids speeding towards Earth and past Earth and around Earth. Right? And hitting Earth, too. Lots of them hit Earth. Yeah, potentially hazardous is not... That's not a super risky categorization. I'm invisible by daylight? That would be really rare. I'm guessing the answer is no. It's Vega. And where I live, I can barely even see Vega, so light pollution. Uh, Check back on that in October, I guess. See if it explodes. I don't know that I'm gonna drive somewhere dark enough to see it. Might be worth it. Yeah, the catch is about to collide. Like, on astrophysical timescales, that could still be quite a while. Uh, is this a Yu-Gi-Oh article in the science section? Just because it uses the word star? in the title? I think it is. I don't know. This section here does look like the sort of thing that astronomers do to label stuff, but I think that was a weak selection, Google. Do I have a button to say this is misclassified? I don't appear to. This is kind of bombastic. Secret spacecraft the Pentagon doesn't want people to know about. Well, but why do you assume that it's a US satellite? Right? Presumably the Pentagon didn't come out and say, oh, yep, that's one of ours. Right? So saying the Pentagon doesn't want people to know about it is probably silly. There's, you know, a dozen other countries that have satellites. Star could explode. Presumably this is a pulsar. Especially from this image, it looks like a white dwarf collecting material from... I mean, that's not really how the lobes form, right? Because this is shaped more like an accretion disk around a red giant. But red giants don't typically have accretion disks. Right? They would form a lobe. It would go kind of pear-shaped. Where the giant star would be the big end of the pear, and the white dwarf would be the small end of the pear. Right? And then there would be a thin channel in the middle where gases from the star kind of leak over and fall down into the gravity white dwarf. The reason why I think this is probably a pulsar is, even though that's not quite what that shows, is pulsars are pretty regularly timed, right? The amount of gas flowing down, right, is pretty consistent, right? So then it hits the surface of the white dwarf and then explodes itself off at regular intervals. So if we have good timing on it, it's probably... I think that's what they're called. Unless I'm mixing up pulsars with the jets from, like when a black hole soaks up an accretion disk and shoots off a jet, sometimes those spin and shoot past us. Overburst. Am I using the wrong word? Yeah, similar to the North Star, isn't very bright though. The North Star is not an especially bright star. It's not dim, but it's not. Recurring. Maybe pulsars are. So pulsars are just the magnetic fields from the spinning. And the nova outburst is when it's collecting the material from another star. All right, I was not correct. Okay, so the recurring nova is a red giant and a white dwarf. Pulsar is a rotating neutron star. That was my fault. I got the terminology mixed up. That was not correct. And that's okay. It's okay. Mm-hmm. These appear to be visual novels of some sort, also probably not science news. Although they look like dogs and cats wearing spacesuits, so maybe the spacesuits make it sciencey. What is a galaxy? Is a question that varies in difficulty depending on how precise you want to be. For most purposes, a big group of stars is good enough. Markles and spiders, a vegetarian, a vampire, and a predator that uses pincer for games. I guess it's absorbing loose matter faster than they can form new stars. Yeah, we really need to not overheat our planet. We're only 200 years in, by the way, and we're already kind of borderline here. Yeah, a little bit borderline. These mostly seem like the same things. And these are actionable. The action is get your freaking vaccines, people. Uh, diabetes drug could reduce dementia risk is something that needs a bit more research before that's useful. What happens to your body when you eat pineapple regularly? I don't like pineapple, so it doesn't matter. If the answer was you become super healthy, they would have led with that. You know what would be better than free COVID tests? I mean, free COVID tests is good. Free COVID vaccines would be better. These germs are a major cancer risk. Yes, it was the long-lived stuff, especially the whole HHV series. So everything from cold sores to chickenpox, roseola, and mono. Transformed his body with 2 diet changes and 1 simple workout technique. Diet change is eat healthy, and 1 simple workout is work out occasionally. Mix it up. Get some cardio every day and some weightlifting a couple of times a week. Building up, you don't have to go crazy with the weightlifting, just enough, you need to build up a little bit of muscle. Having some muscle is good for you. You don't have to, like, go bodybuilder style. I got some exercise today. I went outside and did some yard work. I know. Failure. Failure as a streamer. Touching grass. Crazy. Behind your acting. I mean, even if you eat a lot of chocolate, it's not the chocolate itself that's bad for you. It's mostly the sugar that's mixed in with the chocolate. Although depending on what kind you have, whatever oils they use may also be bad for you. Cocoa butter is pretty saturated, so I don't know. I don't know that it's good for you. But if they're using like palm kernel oil, soy oil, those are not ideal. People would be like, "Do you have soybean oil in your kitchen?" And then my answer is yes, but I use it for cleaning and seasoning cast iron, not for eating. I don't eat the soybean oil itself. I mostly only eat olive oil. Occasionally, peanut oil. Once in a while, I really crave some peanut butter, so I'll make my own. Just pull the blender out, or the food processor, either way. And toss in a handful of peanuts and then drizzle in just enough peanut oil for it to come together. Add a little bit of salt. You see, most commercial peanut butter comes with both preservatives and sugar. Neither of which you really need. I think peanut oil, and salt makes a perfectly good peanut butter. Also, you control exactly how chunky it is. So that's nice. I like it super chunky. Yeah, I'm not I'm not averse to uh, throwing in some big peanut chunks or even some whole peanuts. You know, you do the first part and you blend it together until it's mostly smooth, and then you mix in the bigger chunks. Because the blender has a tendency just to reduce everything to paste. Adaptive neurostimulation in Parkinson's disease. That's interesting. I wonder if it works. Your high school friends' genes can affect how your life turns out. How about your high school enemies? Oh, no clues at all in this one. Pretty easy though. Yep. Let's see. Basically only goes up to tricky. I guess I'll just make the board a little bit bigger then. Making the board bigger. So, usually it's your brother that hops up on the desk to say hi. What? Hello, sweet girl. Hey. Right. Fluffy. Are you fluffy today? Yes. Fluffy and elegant. Mm. Yeah. So one of these is definitely 4, so neither of them is the 5. Mm-hmm. 5, 5, 6, 5. This one's the 5. It's the 4 and the 6. It's not the, it's not the 5. 6 is the 5. 7 is not the 5. It's not the 3. It's the 2. It's not the 2. Hmm. 6. Really got all of the 4 6s just hanging out like that. And then we'll just go 4 6 4 6 4 6 4 6. This one's 4 6 4 6. Wow, that's pretty silly. 6. Because 5 is not a factor of 12. Yeah, numbers are a factor of 20. But I'll be able to eliminate some of them because they're too small. So 1 is too small. 2 is too small. I use a 3, that leaves me with 40, so 3 is too small. Then what do I have left? If I divide by 5, then that leaves me with 24, which is 4 times 6. Okay, so I have a single 5, and then I need a 4 times 6. So it is those 3, and it's all of those 3. And now, let's see, that one's using 5, so I don't really know anything but 7. 2 and 5. 1 is also a factor, but it's too small. Here, 3 and 5. 1 is also a factor, but it's too small. We could do a 6 and a 4, so 1 is actually okay here. I've not used a 5 in this column, so one of these is 5, and that means it pairs with 3. That means none of those can be 3. Let's see what I have. So 2, 4, 6 are the options. 1 is too small. 4 would pair with another 4. Not allowed to have them in the same column. 1. The 5, so I stack 10. 3, 5, 3, 4, it's used in that, right? 6, 5. This is 5. Six. So that's the 5, 4, 3, 1. 6 and 5. So those are using up 3 and 4. So there's 2 times 6, and that works. If I made one of these the 2, that would leave me with a 12. Since there's no 3s, the only way to make 12 would be a 2 and a 6. Then I would have to use 2 twice. These are not the 2s, and that is the 2. With 5. 3 would go with 6, but 6 is allowed. 4 would there with 1. 2 and 5. Mix with these at 3 and 4. Still available. 2, 5, 6. So, 3, no good. Still 2, 3, 7. 6 is not good. So 2 is not good. Still options for 2s in that column. Let's see, 1 goes at 3, 3 goes at 1, 2 goes at 6. 1 goes at 2, 2 goes at 4, 1, the 3 goes at 6, the 4 goes at 2. So those are all still valid. 6, and that's 6, 5, 4, 3 there. So we do have 2 x with 6. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Twos, threes, fours, fives. Yep, still have multiple of all of those. Okay, got rid of 2 here, start 5's not gonna anymore. 2, 6. Yeah, that's also 5. 2 plus 5 is 7, and 5 minus 3 is 2. And let's see, the 1 goes to 4, and the 4 goes to 1, and 3 is no good because there's still 6. It's 3 and 4 go to 4. 2, 3, 4s. Another one has to be. So that's the 6. 2, and that 6, and 5, that's a 2. 1, 4, 3, 6, and 3, 4. Couple left. Here we go. That's just finishing the Latin square. So there's one else there and one somewhere else. So that one has to be this one. Okay. So just there. Just there. That was fuck. Guess what that was. Okay. So look. Although I would have won on the next one no matter what. This one. If you win in less than 6 guesses, there's always some luck involved. So yellow goes there, the red we don't know yet. Position 2, position 3. So the oranges we have. Okay, so this is 1 away. This one is guaranteed. My algorithm that I use almost always wins in 6. Well, no, it usually wins in 6, almost always by 7. And I'm pretty sure always by 8. I don't think there's anything that can cause it to go to 9. Okay. So red goes there, and a blue goes there, and one of these last two is a blue. And that was luck. So this is at most 1. This one is guaranteed. Two greens, I can put a yellow and okay, that was just lucky. No, that one's green. These two are the red and the green. They could be in the wrong order, so it's safe for me to put a blue here. Because whatever the last color is, it's definitely in the second position. I forgot that with most of my settings, you guys can't actually see the different colors of the pins on the right. So that one's yellow and that one's yellow, which means this one's green and some other colors here. Lava. Oh shoot, that was completely wrong. I forgot that I had a red. So that one is red. One of these is green. One of them is yellow. There, that's how that game was supposed to go. Oops. Keep messing up when I have red. So I have one red and one green. Red was there. Green goes there, and these are both purple. Let's see if I can manage to keep track of the red. Okay, that was actually really easy. Let's just find the last one. This is really green nodes. I have one blue, one orange, one purple. See, that was the worst one because it could have gone blue, purple, green, orange instead of the way that it did. Right. This one could have gone to 8. Definitely not 9. So one red and one yellow. I go here. This is lucky that that last one was blue. So, bro, how'd you get so fluffy? Your brother is all soft and sleek, but you are covered in fluff. Covered in fluff. Straying into something a little unusual. Uh, wondering why this was hanging on to cookies. But it's because I told it to hang on to cookies. And if I told it to hang on to cookies, probably did it for a reason. I have my browser set up to delete form data and history automatically whenever I change pages. And I was thinking, why was I not deleting cookies as well? But I'm guessing there are sites that I use that use cookies for authentication. And deleting them would probably cause problems with that. I would guess that's why I did that. I guess it's fine. Thinking about buying a subscription to these guys so that I can do all of the backlog. So the phrase is to wear many hats, but this is past tense, so it's going to be wore many hats. Don't show the mistakes. Don't skip. Build some bars. Try going to the next clue. Sometimes I hate that. Maybe I want the photo is cropping. Astonished sounds. Whoa. Or, I mean, it's 5 letters. There are a lot. Just looking for them, probably. Warning sign. Like, stop. No. Because this is do your worst. So, a warning sign starts with an O. Obey. No. A wet floor. Ocean. Oh, no, it doesn't mean a literal sign. It's probably going for omen. It's going for something a little more metaphysical. That ladies. Is that a possessive apostrophe or contractive apostrophe? Because I don't know whether that means a thing that belongs to a lady or that lady is. Adam Bede, novelist George. Sorry, George. writer of Adam Bede or Bede. Biddy. I don't know what he. Awestruck. Starts with R. What's this? Blank Steaks. Food retailer founded in Nebraska. Probably Omaha. Transplant like a plant. Awestruck. Read. Celebrities cool on. Not sure I spelled that correctly, but struck. R-E. Get wrecked. No, it's probably not it. That right. Read. Spelled Omaha wrong. So the answer is probably wrapped. Play a billiards game. NBA All-Star Jason something. I don't know NBA stars. Okay, so this was repot. Tattoo. You didn't need to tell me all that. TMI. Jason Tatum. That sounds like a name? Sure, I'll buy that. Chip. Try again. Is new. Cookies and some frozen custard. Sounds delicious. Not sure what it's called just from the hello. Oh, well. Half-baked concept. Are the quotes indicating that this is a work of media, or are they suggesting that this is a pun? Or is this suggesting that it's a concept about being half-baked? Like par cooking. Bible Book of Hymns. Okay, brain, rewind. You studied some religions. And mostly Christianity and Judaism for that. So this is going to be Psalms. Okay, so it's possessive, so that's hers. I mean, I'm guessing this is going to be Oreos, so the half-baked concept is an idea, but ideas are not necessarily half-baked. I mean, some people do put Oreos in frozen custard. I was hoping they were going to give me the name of a dessert that was a general name for frozen custard with various sorts of cookies in it. You know what would probably be delicious? Frozen vanilla custard with chocolate chip cookies. Or even not frozen custard. Frozen custard is basically just ice cream. Right? Ice cream is made out of custard. It's not just frozen though, it's frozen and aerated. So, slightly different. Bet that would be delicious though. Some high quality vanilla ice cream sandwich between still warm chocolate chip cookies. I'm on a diet. On a diet. The Chi Network. Except I don't have any idea. Is that a television show, presumably? It's on a network. McGuffin's Bar Theater Chain. I have no idea. It's totally meaningless to me. Is this a bar in a theater or a theater in a bar? Alamata's continent. I mean, but of the continents, there's only one that even fits in this space. So I don't know who or where Alamata is. Some flashlight batteries. Lights. Ooh, ooh. Za. Ra. Yippee. Yazers. Be a dishonest accountant. I don't know. About cooking the books, maybe? A ram in astrology is torso, twist, muscles. And that. But that's not plural. Maybe abs? Like outer space. Dark? Empty? Void? Rambutan's color. A rambutan, those little fruits with the weird spiky skins. I feel like that's what those are. Because they come in like green, pink, and red, I think. I mean, red is basically the only color that fits there. V Safe Health Org. Tea sometimes served in a cold pot. I'm gonna go chai. That's the most prominent four-letter type of tea. Events with booths and rides. Fairs. I thought you'd never ask. Buying and selling residences profits. Something about flipping. Okay, I think this daily puzzle is about sports, so like shooting pool. It's about flipping. Could have sworn. Maybe not. I don't know. Similar to real estate owner. Childbirth aid. 5 letters. Like nurse? Because nurses sure help out during childbirth. Sit down. Private chats online. It's probably IMs. Childbirth aid. Starts with I? Letters. Oh, I have to come back. Yeah, event with low prices. Religious offshoot is a sect. Extracted like that. Dumped. Downloaded. Demo high school. OMG haha. Don't know. Big name line news or a metamorphic rock. Probably starts with S. So, metamorphic rocks that come to mind are schist or slate. Slate is the right number of letters. Is there a magazine named Slate? I guess a line news something or other. Does some tailoring. Sounds. Crowdsourced review app. That one is Yelp, is it not? Gonna be lovely diving in private kit. Flying solo. Okay. Form like SZA. I don't know who that is. Do they sing? Maybe they sing. Blank bowl. Lion dish. Oh, okay. Took me a minute. That was in my brain though. Right, celestial body. Star, maybe? Star sounds. Gasps. Toy truck brand. Hot added feeling. Flying solo. is saying, and that makes Elliot, which sounds like a real name. Hush. To be quiet. Let's see. Miles away. Certainly. I left this up. Okay, so this is fudge the numbers. Yes, without question. Nearby zone, place where we are. Olympus Mons is on Mars. Of course, it's not like there's a lot of four-letter planets. So even if you didn't know that. Fluid-filled sac. It's kind of vague. But assuming this is a regular theater chain, it's going to be AMC is the one with an M in the middle. And this is probably Ray. Maybe not. Area. Outer space is vast. Okay, assist is a fluid attack. I will buy that. Wild Antic. Ask paid. Tahini or salsa? Yeah. Chips. 2 egg Brit. Crisps. Ring winner at a berry. I mean, I think Emmys is TV shows, but not only do I not watch award shows, I don't watch television either. So, play trap, drum used in trap music. Snare. I have a little spring on the bottom that makes it kind of go tss, tss. But also it's kind of interesting. I can assist. Bumper sticker, e.g. Example of a decal. Kitchen wrap. Cling wrap, parchment paper, foil fits in there. Roman moon goddess. Um, see, in Greek that would be Artemis. The Roman. Let's see. Roman, the sun is Helios. The Earth is Diana. Luna? Okay, so data gets mined, that checks. This does not sound like a word to me. But I'm not well versed in, I guess, medical instruments. And I don't have any kids, so. Station is a stop. Use me. Okay, so I have a mistake. Anything that doesn't fit. Yeah. SpongeBob's habitat. AEA? Not sure about that. He lives in a pineapple under the sea. G Network. Show. I think that's Showtime. Feel good about 4 of these. And okay about IMs. Maybe it's DMs? M's. Try all the letters M's. Just kind of like none of those feel like words. M's. So's. It's just everything else seems to work. Okay, show us the mistakes. Okay, so this was a D and not an I. Oh, I see. They were going for double A's, plural, not triple A, singular. I understand. So that was the one that I was not seeing. Yeah, okay. Lives in a pineapple under the sea. That is better than AEA, which I couldn't figure out. So I did kind of, you know, see the wrong letter. I just didn't fix it. That's not ideal. Hmm. What else to do? What else to do? Hmm. I mean, I can't say I want to do any work on Sunday night. Hmm. Stock market goes up a little bit. Here's what type of fish is in your McDonald's Filet-O-Fish sandwich. It's cod, isn't it? Tastes like cod. It's cheap like cod. Pollock. Oh yeah, that makes sense too. Yep, pollock are pretty cheap. Versatile alternative to cod. Since people are overfishing the cod. Let's see. Yep, it's in the same family as cod and haddock and whiting. All of which are popular choices for fried fish, because they don't have that strong a taste. They're also popular for pickling, pickled fish. Something else instead. Palantir instead. Well, if you're happy about that, if you bought it earlier in the year. I'm not. See, thing is by the time somebody, you know, pumps huge amounts of money into it, right, then, like, you mostly don't want to chase what the big companies are doing, right, because just almost 10 million shares, right? It's going to cause the price to spike. Right, so you're looking for stuff that's currently low. Nvidia is still pretty high, even if it's dipping. it goes back down to like here, then maybe you would want to buy it again. Because I don't know that it's going to go all the way back to below 100. It's hard to say. It's always tricky. What are the most followed doing? Google, Microsoft, Amazon. That's huh. Apple closed kind of low for the day, but it's high overall. Jumped. It's not so much that it jumped, it just really dipped in September. Google can't decide whether it wants to go up or down. Microsoft, hard to say. That has been surprisingly consistent this year. I don't know that I could say what Tesla's about to do. Whether it's straight out of Max Max. I'm guessing they meant to say Mad Max. Which is a movie that I've never watched. But I'm at least aware of the name. Oops. Yeah, so Trump Media, I suspect Trump Media is going to keep going down because it doesn't actually provide a service that people use, or at least not many people. Some people do, I guess. Right, as best I could tell, this was a Trump cash grab, right? And we're trying to they created this company and then they folded into a I forget what it's called. Basically, an acquisition company that lets them skip some of the regulations and paperwork involved with doing an initial public offering. Right, and then Trump convinced all of his followers, I guess we'll call them, to buy these stocks and then he wanted to dump all of his shares as soon as people had bought them, but they messed up the paperwork. So his shares were locked for 6 months, and it lost most of its value in the meantime. Yes, it was basically an attempt to legally shift money from all of his supporters to him in a way that not be bound by campaign finance law, and also if he could manage it, he could try and get it taxed as capital gains instead of regular income. But it's basically not a real company. It's a anytime you try to build a company that is Twitter for some sub audience, in this case Trump fans, right? If the pitch is you want to be Twitter for some audience, the answer is that's going to fail because they could just use Twitter. Except for that now Twitter has become X and X sucks. So maybe some other platform will take over, but it won't be a platform focusing on a subgroup. It'll be a broad, because all of the subgroups can form little cliques within the network. Next, down 15% just today. Because their earnings are down, huh? I don't know. I feel like September is always their low month based on these reports. Don't know. Don't know, don't know. No way to know. Can't see the future. And if there were a simple model to predict the stock market, then people would already be using it. Maybe I'll call it short. Go to bed early. Wake up tomorrow and go to my day job. Try and work hard and do a good job. Maybe I'll take a quick break and see how things go. So little mini omelet. Bit too much spice, but that's fine. Eating an egg. Need to have a little bit of protein. How many calories are in an egg? 72 to 80, so less than 100. Even a whole large head of cauliflower has 210 calories. I restricted my calories more than I expected today. So I ate a cauliflower, a couple of tablespoons of olive oil with the cauliflower, because I pureed it so that it was kind of like mashed potatoes. Then a handful of Brussels sprouts. One egg. Oh, and 2 Brazil nuts, which between them are like 100 calories less. I think I would feel hungry, but I actually don't feel that hungry. reasonable amount of nutrients from the egg in particular. Get some useful oils from the olive oil. Even in the cauliflower. So, have other portion options just a little while ago. I feel like it did. I'm trying to figure out what's actually like in cauliflower then. Right? Because if a whole medium head is only 147 calories, I have to wonder. Hundred something grams of water, 12 of protein, 2 of fat. What is ash in this context? Oh, probably. So one of the ways to calculate energy is to literally burn the thing to ash. So this is probably what's left after it was burned. Yeah, so almost all water. Thirty grams of carbohydrates, 12 of fiber. Maybe I'll just eat all cauliflower from now on. We'll give it a little bit of salt and pepper and garlic powder, and it tastes basically like mashed potatoes. Yeah, but each potato is worth 79. It's not too bad. Oh, that's 100 grams of potato, not a whole potato. Yeah, one potato is 292. And if you're making mashed potatoes, you're probably going to use two, maybe even three of them, depending on how much you're making. Whereas a large, two potatoes is probably equivalent to one head of cauliflower. Yeah, so it's about 300 to 200. Yeah, 1.5 times. Except you would probably use two potatoes, so it's more like almost 600 to 200, almost 3 times. It's funny, I went to shop for groceries today. My grocery store didn't have any fresh cauliflower. They only had frozen, which is fine. I mean, if I'm just gonna steam it and puree it anyway, then it's fine if it's frozen, I guess. You have anything else to say tonight? Here, one is too small, two is too small. Three is too small. 4 leaves us with 4 by 4. 45, yeah. 45 means that 4 is also too small. So this is 6.645. Doing 4.13. 3 goes with 6. 6 is blocked. 4 goes with 1. And 3 goes with 6. So 425. Okay. Let's see. This one absolutely requires a 5. So that one, okay, that one, 5. 4 and 2 respectively. So we lost the 2 here, so that one, it's just the 6 there. They're too small. So 4 and 6 and 2 does work. I do 4 and 4 and 3. Yes, that also works. But if I put the 3 here, that doesn't work. Put the 3 here, that doesn't work. Right, so it's 3, 4, arc 6, 2. Alright, that's gonna be the last game. Relax, head to bed early, wake up, and do my day job. Yep.